Alright, it is time to start another stranded character. So today we are rounding out all of the characters by playing Salvador. And basically the concept behind this run, if you haven't seen one of these before, is imagine you were playing with your friends because they bought you the game or they told you to buy the game, and then they decided to just rush you to max level, and then they got bored and stopped playing. So now you just have a max level character with probably no gear or really bad gear, and you just kind of want to know what can you do. Well, fortunately, if you're watching this and you're playing Salvador, this is probably going to be one of the easier ones, because basically, from the start of the game, we are going to go ahead and turn around, enter this door right here, go to a fast travel, and then we're going to get a little bit of equipment, and then immediately head to Pirate DLC for an Orphan Maker. Now, one thing we do need to keep in mind is we are quite vulnerable. We are two-hand man with no guns to hand, so everything is just life-threatening and probably capable of killing us pretty easily, like that. So just a thing to keep in mind. You're going to want to move until you can get something to shoot with. First up, we are entering Lilith DLC here, because we want to look for any decent little Jacob shoddy we can get our hands on, and then potentially a Maliwan slag pistol as well. We are going to be taking advantage of money shot a lot with this playthrough, and we're going to be doing essentially a budget Deputy Sal. And one of the important things about that type of build is that money shot requires us to be able to shoot a gun twice, but it also checks what's in your main hand for the magazine for the bonus damage. And on the stat card, it says the max bonus for the mag size is 10, but it's actually 12. So if we get a pistol in our main hand that has 12 mag, our offhand will get the full money shot bonus. So that's just kind of what we're looking for. If it's just like 11 or 10, oh well, we'll still have really good damage until we can get something a little better. But just a thing to keep in mind. A 78 ammo bandit pistol is definitely an early start choice. Also, getting a transfusion grenade is pretty big because we won't really have healing until we can make it into Tina DLC a little bit, because I do plan on just immediately getting a Grog Nozzle, because I think we'll very easily be capable of that. We have so much damage whenever we get that Orphan Maker that just pushing wherever we want to is probably going to work. Alright, we've got a health shield here. We don't really care to stack any health or any shield of any type as of right now, but a Rough Rider or something like that would of course be really good because we can take advantage of out of bubblegum for our main hand, I guess. We're running a Jacob, so we don't really need this. But either way, it'll give us a little bit of tankiness, and then whenever we do get that lifesteal from the Grog, we can just refill our health bar every single time we click on a guy. Okay. So it's not ideal, but we have an OP8 single barrel shoddy. This could probably get rid of the first couple enemies we walk into in Pirate DLC, so that we can go ahead and unlock the Orphan Maker quest and the Orphan Maker farm, because we will probably farm it for at least a decent one. And then pairing that with still a slag pistol is going to be really, really good. So hopefully that'll be enough. So we really just need that slag now. A turtle shield sounds really troll on Salvador, but if we get a Titan class mod, we could actually pair those two together for health gate early until we can go ahead and get our Grog. And in Tina DLC, that would probably work, because there's not really any elemental effects flying around from the skeletons or even the knights usually. So if we get a Titan, we might actually do that. That might be a good idea. You know, it's not quite what you would think of, but it's got enough mag to reach the full money shot bonus, for sure. He disappeared. Not because of us, though. That's not incredible, but it might just work. Especially if they keep blowing each other up. That's a pretty respectable amount of damage. Okay, so we just need to go down right in front of our victim, or our target. And just do it that way, apparently. Okay, now we just have isolated no beard. We'll see what we can do about him. Maybe we could lure him into sandworms. Honestly, I'm not sure, though. We'll find out. Oh, this works. I mean, if he just gets confused about his life choices and just stays here. Well, now you know. Well, that's one way to do it. Then we got a stink pot, too. Okay, well, if you manage to bait him over here, you can punch him up against this, and then just stand up here and he'll try to melee, I guess. So that's a strat. That probably is not a good idea, and you should just get slightly better equipment for this, but it works. Okay. Alright. There we go. You could theoretically sit here and farm for 1,000 years, and you could just get, you know, an orphan maker like this one, you know, with the vertical grip, with the Jacobs and the, you know, just all the stuff that you really want on an orphan maker. And then you can just offhand that now for the entire rest of the video game. So from here, we're going to go into Tina DLC. We will open up the DLC, get a monk with money shot on it, and then get a grog a little further in. Sir, is your hair armor? Okay, well that time I just missed. There we go. Alright, so from here, go ahead and get the fast travel, and then backtrack to the chest out here and get a monk. You know, it's +5 money shot, not +6, but it has asbestos, and it has crit damage. So, yeah. I will take this and run with it for probably the rest of the game. That is totally fine by me. That status effect duration reduction, worth it. I'm gonna glue the grog to my right hand, glue the orphan maker to my left hand, and then struggle to eat the rest of the leftover glue because my hands are stuck to weapons. This is the Salvador way. Alright. Immortal Kings should be pretty chill. The most annoying part is just going to be dancing around at the other skeletons in the arena. But these guys are just giant crit spots, so they should be pretty easy to deal with. There we go. First king down. The head should be a pretty easy pop, I think. It's got a little bit of beef to it, but it'll be fine. Alright, we have successfully won the entire run because we can now get access to a grog after Claptrap is done talking for 1,000 years. Okay, so yeah, put it on. This stays here, this stays here, we get a Lady Fist eventually. This is the entire rest of the run. Maybe better shield, maybe better relic. Maybe a deputies, I doubt it, but like, possibly. This is what we're running though. Alright, so now that we have a grog and an orphan maker, yeah, Sal things. Hey, Thunderball Fist. weird robot guy. I don't know. It's Salvador.
Killed us all in New Haven without taking a scratch. Things get bad, just run. Roland is wrong about Hunter. You can defeat Wilhelm, I promise you. Did that pressure just eat the beacon?
Alright, so we are a little over, well, about 5/6 of the way through the day, I guess, if we're looking at proper time. And we're already in wildlife on day 1. So I'm not saying this will be a 2-day activity, but it is Salvador, so it kind of makes sense, you know? So just probably expect that to be what happens here.
That's one of the body doubles Jack uses to confuse assassins and impress his underlings. Grab the pocket one. Great.
Alright, and with opportunity done, we are pre-bunker, but we are out of time for the day. I'd say this has been a pretty successful first day. Managing to push Pirate DLC and get No Beard stuck to get the Orphan Maker, getting a really nice Orphan Maker, honestly, and then rolling that with an adaptive and nothing else on really, besides just a random bandit pistol. Running that into Tina DLC to kill Bony Pants Guy to get an evil monk for the money shot there, and then pushing further into the DLC for the Grog. And then honestly, our equipment could just look like this, and we would be okay for the entire rest of the game. But the cooldown is nice if we really, really need it. And then we'll just keep pushing the game tomorrow, because clearly it's working. So, feels good. Day 1.